Hey YouTube, this is Scarecrow Kaiser. What's up? I know I haven't done a deck in a while. It's because I was at the end of my last semester of college ever. I'm graduated now. So I'll probably able to do more deck profiles lately. Also, haven't been doing a lot of stuff lately for Vanguard in tournament. Well, I've been playing, but not like going to that many tournaments. Just because it was kind of dull. But really late getting to this deck profile, but this will be my Nova Grappler Stride. This is one of the decks that I actually like that's Stride based. Not a lot of them that's only Stride based do I like. This one I like a lot though. So, I'll get started. I'm going to start with my triggers, then my 1s, 2s, etc. So for starters, I've got 7 crits, including 4 yellows, and then just for shits, 1 of each other crit. And then I do 5 draws, just because I can, 1 of each. And 4 heals. And then onto my starting Vanguard, I'm using Ranbul, I think that's how you say his name. He's basically a Riot Horn. He's really good. We all know how good Riot Horn is if you ever played Beast Deity or played against it. Very good card, and I think he looks really cool. For my grade 1s, I'm playing 4 of the Lady Cyclone, the perfect guard that unflips 1 damage. Although she isn't very good against the cross, this deck counterblasts a lot. So that unflipping damage against any of the other decks you could play, which you're more likely going to play other decks, you're not going to play cross like all day long. So she's better most of the time. Then we have our 4 Arashid, I think that's his name, our Stride Assist, and look for our grade 3. Then I'm playing 4 Clay Doll Mechanic. As I said, this deck unflips a lot, so Clay Doll is very helpful, and he's got a solid 7k base. And then my last grade 1, I am playing 2 Final Wrench. When I originally built this deck, I wanted to play whatever his name is, the Soul Blast 2 draw a card guy on call, but I didn't actually like him that much. Although he gave you the plus, you had to wait to use them, and this deck needs to be able to throw down cards. And while I don't utilize Final Wrench a ton, I just liked him better because he was a 7k base, and the effect was pretty cool. Then for grade 2s, 4 of the deck's MVP. How do you say this guy's name? Sarazanda or Sazanda? This guy is pretty amazing. Since pretty much everything in the deck that restands a card gives it +5, and he gets +5 when he restands till end of turn. He's a +10 every time he restands. So the first time he stands, he'll be a 19. Second time he stands, he'll be a 29. If he somehow stood a third time, he'd be a 39. He's very strong. He is why you win games in this deck, because of how big he gets. He easily gets over like 30k and stuff. So next we have our next MVP of the deck, Cool Hank, aka White Hank. This card is also very strong. For Generation Break 1, stand something +5, so you combo it off with the guy I was just talking about. Very good. Not much more to say, it's just a good card. And then my last grade 2, I play 3 of this guy, the 12k Generation Break 1. I originally didn't think I was going to use him. I didn't think the deck had room for him, and I was trying other stuff, but I've come to the conclusion that, like the promo and stuff, But I've come to the conclusion I like this card more. One, I think he has really, really, really cool art. I think he's my favorite extreme battler. He looks so cool to me. But two, the fact that he's a 12K is actually really helpful. Sometimes you need things that can just start attacking all by themselves. Like when you're getting tore apart by other decks, like Kagero and stuff, you need to be able to drop a card that can hold its own all by itself. And if you have him in front of Final Wrench and he stands up and Wrench gives him the +4, then put him at the next stage, put him at 16, and then he probably has the +5, so he's 21. I just like this card because of it's a good number, whereas the promo basically all it does is plays the role of the Sazerander. This guy, he can support Sazerander or like kind of not quite be as powerful, but still like restanding him, he's a 17. For my grade 3s, I play for Victor, obviously. He's the deck's boss grade 3. He's very good. His on stride effect, letting you stand something, is useful, although sometimes it's too much. However, his Generation Break 2 is really good. In all honesty, usually the way you play the deck, you do your 2 strides, maybe usually 3. You go 2 to 3 strides, and then late game you don't even need the stride once his Generation Break 2 is online. Sometimes you still do, but most of the time you don't even need to because his effect is just for free. So, and then my last grade 3 is I play Full Raybird. I think that's how you say his name. He's not outright amazing. He's not nearly as strong as Victor is, but I think he's the next best thing. Because he's got a Generation Break 1 of when you hit, you can stand something and give it +5, and he has a ability to give something +5 that strides on him, which works kind of well with Meteorizer, Vic Plasma, because they'll make Plasma 31 and he's going to attack twice. So he's the next best thing in my opinion. I wouldn't play the other ones that you can run with Generation Break and stuff. I think they're just like, they're counterblast heavy and stuff, or they're not counterblast heavy, but they counterblast, and the deck does enough counterblasting and stuff, and you don't even use this guy that much. He's just in case, and I'd rather have him than the other ones. And then I'm not even going to mention the what do you call them? Cray Elementals. We all know, we all use them in our decks, so I'm just going to, because they get played in everything, I'm just going to talk about the Novas. So, obviously we're playing 4 of our Vic Plasma, and playing 2 of this guy. So obviously, like, you know how your decks work. You stride into this guy first, he's your on hit guy. When he hits, you stand something and give it +5. Not much more explanation to that. And then you go into later your Vic Plasma. Usually you just go into Vic like once a game. Sometimes you do it twice, but Vic isn't even necessarily your killer card. He's just in there to put in like more attacks. I wish you could utilize him with Vic more, but Vic's just once a turn. So, but yeah, he's still really strong. He's still like a 26 that will attack twice. If you ride him on top of the other one, he'll be a 31 that attacks twice. Very strong. That's all I really have to say about the deck. It's not an extremely complicated deck. It has some combos and some stuff, but not really that outright needs explanation. So, but it's a very cool deck. Very good, actually. It's very good. Very consistent. So thank you for watching.